Well, hello. I didn't realize that Doug had redirected me, and I didn't realize I was live. Yes, we are formal today. We have on the white t-shirt with a slight little hole over on this shoulder somewhere. I don't know. But yes, someone mentioned something about something that triggered something, and I told Mrs. K, I said, grab me a tie. And of course, she grabs a gray tie, which didn't want the gray tie, wanted the red tie, but it's all good. But yes, we are formal today. Let me get out of the formality here and go over to something else. Turn that off. Now, Zoom is going to run. You know, I'm not going to turn that off. I'm actually just going to resize it, I guess. Give me 1 second. We'll throw this down here in the corner. There we go. All right, let's get going on this, shall we? If I turn on my display over here, you'll see that I paused it so that it wouldn't redirect on this screen. That was some cool timing, by the way. Brian Lightfoot says, formal wear. Yes. AJ says, hello. Live windows, laugh, I was believe. It is a real, okay, so Doug is questioning the tie. Hang on. Hold on. That sounds like a challenge to me. So let's go back over here. Let's bring this back. This is a tie. This is a tied tie. This is the real deal. This ain't no clip on. This, my friend, is a tie. A real tie that I tied, and because I can't tie ties very well, I leave it tied and I inch it out to where I can get it over my head and around. It is a real tie. Not a noose. Not a noose at all. It is a tie. I want everyone to understand that. And Doug misunderstood what I said about the trailer. Now I'm going to go bring that back up, and I know we'll get to Davinci. So I made a comment at Live Windows Training, Doug Betts, full disclosure. I saw the trailer today, and I did see the trailer today. However, I had seen the trailer previously yesterday when I was skimming through some things, and I came across it. And I do believe, I could be mistaken here. You know, my two gray cells, they sometimes get confused. But I do believe I mentioned that on my show last night. And then Winter Mute, I almost called him Winter Milk. That's a off-stream joke. Went and found the link and posted it. And I did actually rewatch it again this morning. And I did catch the trailer on your show. I thought maybe you were referring to a Saturday show, because sometimes I don't get here early enough for Saturday. So anyway, I did see it. You misunderstood the no. The no goes back to our good friend Catherine Anna Hauserman. Would make a comment and she would say either yes or no, basically meaning the same thing. But it's an inside joke. If you join the homies sometimes, you'll catch up on this. Or we could do a private, let's catch one of the Dougs up, the humorous Doug, who's doing quite well, by the way. Let's get on to Davinci. So I'll go ahead and fire up Davinci Dissolve. Yeah, it should be Davinci Dissolve. Oh my goodness. Let's fire up DaVinci Resolve. Why can't I grab the corners here and move the zoom like I want? This is not going the way I want it to go. Of course, whatever does go the way that I want it to go. There we go. Let's go down here, resize that. I don't have these preset or anything. So let me look at chat. Richard Rogers says hello. Look like a Zoom thingy. No. It's a real tie. It's not a Zoom thingy. I am using Zoom so that I have the back screen, because if I go, okay, so I'll bring this in and turn that on. If I were to switch the source of the cameras, you'll understand why I did it with zoom. I did it with zoom because if I bring this camera in, the white t-shirt looks gray because of how I have this set up in OBS. When you factor in a gray tie to a gray t-shirt, it looks black or not gray. Anything but what it's supposed to be. Now, fortunately enough, she did not grab the green tie, which would have been really cool. Now that I think about it, I should try that. Anyway, let's get off the tie subject. Join us December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first ever, which will probably not be an annual, Ken Stout Live, 12 hours of the Ken Stout Live with the Zoom Homie Show. So, let us move to here. Let me get me more out of the way here. Hey, you know what? Let me just turn that off. You guys, you know what I look like. You don't need to see my goofy face. So, this is Davinci. Being the professional that is, I wish. So, this is a thing I did for my son. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday to Joshua Michael, who is my son, not Josh Kinder. I don't want anybody to get confused now, and I'm pointing to the screen like the camera's still on, but it's not. Joshua Michael Stout was born 36 years ago today in Seoul, South Korea. He has dual citizenship. He's an American citizen. He's a citizen of the Republic of Korea, South Korea, that is. So, as you know, I dabble in Davinci Resolve, and I wanted to do something for him that I posted this on Facebook. And if you play through this, there's no animation whatsoever. And just like that, thank you, very little Davinci Resolve. I get your GPU memory is full. Try reducing the timeline resolution or the number of correctors. No, I don't know how I'm going to solve this problem. Well, I think I do know how I'm going to solve this problem. It's called, I got to pony up some money and get a good graphics card with 100 gigabyte of memory. Can't wait to see the results of the comments of that because I know it probably doesn't exist. So I'm going to shut this down. Go catch up with chat. 12 hours of Ken Stout Live. Nope. It was discussed. It was suggested. It's going to happen December 31st. That's a good time to do it because if you think about it, everybody will be out drinking and everybody will be scrolling through. What is a Ken Stout Live? Oh, this is pretty cool. The guy's sitting there talking to himself. Yes, and Brian brings up a good point. We actually discussed, I'm going to go ahead and fire Davinci back up. We actually discussed if we were going to kind of script it, 9 to 10 this, 10 to 11 this, whatever. And we pretty much agreed upon we're not going to script it. It is truly going to be a 12-hour Ken Stout Live debacle. If Greg leaves, I may throw a few minutes of Davinci Resolve in there. Who knows? Who honestly knows? We will see. I'll show you something else I've been working on since this was kind of on the fly. You never know who might drop by during those 12 hours. That is so true. I get it. Doug says, this is like the I know that you know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know. He is saying I misunderstood him because he misunderstood me and I misunderstood him, so he misunderstood me. I got it. Thanks, Doug. See? We don't need to have that private conversation now. You're getting that humorous Doug caught up. Let us go into Davinci, which was brought up on another screen. And I'm going to show you guys something I did yesterday besides play golf. I probably don't have his explicit written permission to do this. Please remind me near the time. Alice, I probably will be mentioning this several times between you guys are going to get so tired of hearing December 31st, 2023, 12-hour whatever I said it was. All right, so hello, Rick Lakes. Actually, he says Jello. I was participant in it. Okay, cool. Talking about his pepper deals. So, as you know, our good friend William Dawson out of Cocoa, Florida, posts a daily, night or nightly post to YouTube about the alphabet. He started with A. Good start, by the way. I would have started with, I don't know, E or F. Failure, flunk, I don't know. Anyway, and I've been watching him. I'm blessed, if you will, that he sends me an email for the preview of it, and I sometimes answer him, sometimes don't answer him. But I was watching one the other day, and for some reason it just struck me as I'm going to put my 2 cents worth in on this, which is all of worth about 3/4 of a penny, and suggest to him what I would do. And I did it. I recorded it in OBS, but the long and short of it is he has a piece of pizza, and he will take and put a text over the pizza like this, and then he'll bounce the size up pretty big like this. And there's nothing wrong with this. Don't misunderstand me. Then he'll go into shading, and I don't mess around in shading all that much, but I think it's in here, and you can go into here. Yeah. And then you can round the corners down a little bit. This is set to individual letters. I think if you go word and then you round the corners, it rounds it like that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't want anyone to misunderstand me at all. His show, his way of doing it, and that's fine. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So I got to thinking, what if we animated it and we had the pepperoni or pepper or tomato or whatever come across the crust and then stop at the top? Now, it was just a suggestion, and that's all it is. It's just a suggestion. In my very humbled opinion, oh, by the way, little semi-pro tip here. Right over here in this area, you have this box, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options. I always use the transform or the fusion overlay. Fusion overlay gives you the option of moving text around without going into the layout tab or without going into the fusion tab. You can move it right here and put it where you want. So I'm going to put it right here to just to illustrate my point. And then you turn it off and the little circle goes away. Okay. So to me, by putting the text over the image, it's taking away from what you're trying to project in my mind, which is the pizza. So by moving it like this, I just feel that's way better or cooler or whatever. So moving on, the same thing with he has peppers and he does the same things. Pretend that says peppers. It doesn't. It says pizza, but pretend it says peppers. So I did this. I have two. I put the one coming across the crust first, and then I thought, you know what? What if we wanted to incorporate the one similar to this over here? Well, that's when I just went ahead and added another one. I still like the idea. You see how it comes into picture, kind of. Yeah. Kind of my thoughts too, Long Dog. So that one, and that's that one. Then this one, I'm just messing around, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this do what I want it to do, which is have the entire picture of the pizza. Oh yeah, and I added transitions. I forgot to show you that. Transitions are a wonderful thing. Just watch Brian Lightfoot's channel. He does an excellent job with Cyber Director, and how it works and how you can make things work for you. And he's expressed, as I've expressed, as he's expressed, there we go with that I know that you know thing. It's all up to you. Find something you're comfortable with. Find something that you like. But don't be afraid if someone says, hey, why don't you try this? I will tell you very honestly, very humbly, I liked how something looked, and someone the other night on the after stream said, just a suggestion, but why don't you try this? And after about 5 changes, you know, I thought he said a suggestion, but after about 5 changes, I really liked it, how it looked. It looked way better than the original. So anyway, now how did I do all this? I think someone just asked that question. So I just demonstrate, excuse me, I just demonstrated adding the text. That's just a simple, you add the, come up here, add a text node. And while we're on text nodes, you have so many. You can put the left lower text node in here to where the text is going to be in the lower left, P-I-Z-Z-A. And then let's go figure out why. Oh, where's the, it's down here in this box because it's a lower third. By, not spelled right, Bill, as my wife called him. That was so funny, by the way. Bill Dawson. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then you can turn on Fusion. I always turn this off so I can see what I'm doing. Turn on the Fusion. And then you can move. Or can you move? And since this, I should be able to move. Oh, am I on it? Yeah. I don't see the little goofy thing. If you can't see the little goofy thing, I just go to transform, because now I can move this where I want without the little goofy thing. So I'm going to put it right down there. And then we're going to turn that off. We're going to try something up here. Let's try to change, well, let's change the size of pizza to, well, that's kind of huge. Let's go right there. Let's click on the color tab. Oh, I don't have the option. I was wanting to see the eyedropper. So we'll go in here. We'll change it. I don't know, something like that. All right, moving on. I'm going to get rid of that. Highlight it, backspace. Highlight it, backspace. So in here, this was done in the Fusion tab. Again, you have your Fusion tab window right down here, or right click, open in Fusion. It's the same thing. If you're on the Edit tab, you can click on Fusion, and it's the same thing. Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you like to do. If you like to use the right-click method, I'm sure there's, you can hotkey it or short-key it or whatever. So this is real simple. You take your median in, which is your pizza. You add, I'll just disconnect these. Take your media in, and you connect, gosh dang it. Some of that golf talk again. So you add it, what is on the first view is on the second viewer. Then you go to your text node, and I'm going to bring this one back. You grab a text node and connect it to the media out, which will automatically give it a merge. You have to have a merge, otherwise it's not going to work. Go into here and put, just put something. And then bring the size up so you can see it. Now you'll notice you're only seeing that on viewer number 2, because viewer number 1 has your picture. If you click up here, you can click on the button, or you can press the button, or you can actually do this. So let's bring the pizza up here. You can grab the node and drag it to the viewer. There's like 3 different ways to do that. Then you can actually see what you're doing when you do it. What you do on one happens on the other, vice versa. What you do on one happens on the other. So back to what I want to accomplish. I don't need to see this, so I'm going to turn them both off. I don't really need to see this viewer at all, so I'm going to turn that off to here. Although it's a little bigger there, because you can adjust it right here. I want to change that color. I have the eyedropper right here. I'm going to grab the eyedropper, and as you can see, actually, let me do this a little differently. Let's put this up here. Let's change it to black so that we can see it. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. So the eyedropper right here in the on the color, if you grab the eyedropper and then hover over a color you want, you can get some precise coloring done. Let's go with the pepperoni color. And it's pretty close. That's how I did the pepper thing. So now why did I demonstrate that? Because now if we bring this in and connect it there, can't do that. What, can you merge a merge? Sure you can. Then you can turn this one off. And why is my text not showing up? Okay, that didn't work. Should have worked. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Now if I connect, now we know this text has got pepperoni on it. So if we connect this back down to here, it's there. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, because, well, there you can see how I did it. I just masked out around the thing. Did that go away? Did that seriously go away? I'll be so frustrated. And it looks like it. No, there it is. Darren Gilholm says hi. One Fish Sam says hi. Free pizza at Ken's house. Lives on Church Street. That is correct. December 24th, there will be free pizza at 501 West Church Street, Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Finally got the internet back and can watch. Good. Glad your internet came back. So that's how they did that. I'm not sure why this is not showing up over here. I mean, I know there it is. I know it's there. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. And so that's that. Pretty simple. Very basic, simple stuff. And then I did the same thing over here with this color tab. I put the text in. I grabbed the eyedropper. I went in and grabbed the color by grabbing the eyedropper and then finding the color. And of course, it's not going to work, even though I just demonstrated that it would work. So click on that. That's crazy. I know it works. I've done it. So yeah, I like that. It's just me. It's just my opinion. And I sent this to William, and I stressed these are just some ideas on what you could do. This one I want to perfect. I mean, it kind of accomplished. Yeah, jalapeno. I probably spelled it wrong, did I? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, I got an I. It's an E. I can't spell. So I like this, how it ended up. But again, I don't like the way that it got there. And it's animated 4 or 5 different ways to Sunday. The reason I like this is you're accomplishing the same thing. You have the word over the image, but yet you have it pretending to be a mask. So you still see the image from the lettering of the word. And if you come in here and change the font, you can see the different, how it looks. That one looks pretty cool. I like that one. Abracadabra. How do I spell potato? I don't know. I never give it much thought. You say potato, I say potato. One of my favorite fonts is this A dripping marker, which I will use for Halloween because it's got the alleged dripping whatever. It's just your choice. I can't stress enough your choice. Now, I increased the size. Let's bring that size back down a little bit. And let's track it out like this. You get the same effect, sort of, kind of, as you do when you resize it. Right on effect, you can do this. You can come in here to the beginning of the frame. And as long as you're on what you want, I'll put a key marker or keyframe. It's at 0. It's not there. And we'll go to the end. And we'll bring the right on out. And hopefully that worked. I don't think it did, though. Nope, it did. See how it now brings each individual letter up? I've got to learn to trust the fact when you go to the end, it truly is at the end. And I don't like that because, as you saw, the pepperoni is not pepperoni, it's pepper-row. And you never see the end of it. So to get rid of keyframes, make sure, again, you're on what you want to work with. Doesn't matter where you're at. Click on the diamond, click on an arrow, click on a diamond, click on an arrow, click on a diamond, click on an arrow, click on a diamond. It should go away. Click on the diamond, click on the arrow, click on the diamond, click on the arrow. Oh, because I thought I just did the right on. Anyway, it's supposed to go away. There's a lot of anyways it's supposed to today. Has anyone noticed that? I don't know why it's not working, unless it was keyframe right there. Oh, now it's just got the... Interesting. There we go. Now it's no longer keyframed. So, well, yeah, it's still keyframed. Okay. This is new. Somehow by... Oh, I like this. I just discovered something. It's only showing the P because that's all this is at. If I bring this over, there's the E. Oh, you know what? I might have just taught myself something. That's a scary thought. Let's just bring the whole word back up. So, that is it. Right on, right on. There you go. Right on, WR, right on, RI. Now we are a grammar spelling show. Oh, so go to the house down here so that I can get back to my library. And you'll notice there's no untitled project because I'm in a project, and it's real simple. You just close that project to open up the other one. And I'm going to show you this, and I can click this and it'll close this one and open this one, but I want to right click, close. In case you want to work on a new project, then you go into here. But I want to open this one. Yeah, it'll get there, Brian. Trust me. It'll fill up here in a minute, and we will get the ever popular and famous GPU memory is full. Sadly, I really am not happy about that. One last thing I wanted to point out here is, wow, seriously, what's going on? There we go. I'm back. One last thing I wanted to point out, and I know I'm going to mess this up because I don't practice this stuff. Now, y'all have seen this. I was trying to make funny about saying the i5 processor had came in, and I was doing that by creating 5 eyes, and at the end, I created the number 11. I was hoping people would put it together, but nobody did. One of my many failures. But what I wanted to do is this. So I've got these reduced down. I'm going to reduce them down just a little bit more. And you do that by grabbing the bar here and just dragging it down to where you want it to be. And that one looks like it's reduced already. Let's go down to there. And then we'll reduce this one. Brian uses this feature a lot. He expands his, I reduce mine. So that's cool. Because what I wanted to demonstrate now is if I do the old Microsoft left click and highlight and drag and get all those highlighted, I can move these anywhere I want and we're good to go. Now, what else can I do? And I discovered this. I'm going to bring the screen down so that I can demonstrate this, and I'm going to highlight that right there. Again. Yeah, it's in the processor. So watch this. I'm going to bring this down. We have those highlighted. What if I didn't want those there? Can I move all 5 of them at the same time? Question QFA, can I move all 5 of those at the same time? I'm going to exclude Brian Lightfoot from answering because I think he might know the answer already. I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. Oh, shoot. I should have excluded Wintermute as well. So the answer is yes. Rick Lakes goes with the politically correct, I think so. Let's try resizing him. Oh, look. All 5 of these can be done at the same time just by the simple Microsoft Windows left click drag group, I guess it's called. I discovered this by accident. Now, it doesn't appear that I can move them. Well, I guess I can, even though there's nothing there. Yeah, you can. Now, what you cannot do, okay, and I need to stress, if you're going to start doing this, which is, by the way, fantastic, you can't keyframe it. There's no keyframes over here to keyframe. You cannot group it, or let me rephrase that. If you can group it and keyframe it, I have yet to figure out a way to do that. Now, let's try something here. Let's bring this whole group over here. Let's go into Fusion. Nope. Fusion sees that as one picture. And well, you know what? There might be one down here or up there. Nope, it sees it as one picture. So, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. But yeah, you can move them. Very good, Wintermute. Very good, Rick. Very good. And you can do the same thing here. So let's just say I wanted to move 2 of these. So I highlight 2. And let's just say I wanted to zoom these in. I could do that. Again, I can't keyframe them, but boy, I could have some fun with it. Trust me. I think it was 370. Now, Control Z should put that back to 370, and it did. Long Dog, in Windows 7, you could click on a blank spot in the desktop and move the mouse wheel to change the size of the icons in the desktop. Just a probe tip. Okay. It's been removed for Windows 10 and 11. Well, thank you for the probe tip. Appreciate that. I think that's going to wrap it up. It looks like I'm right around a half hour, and that's about what I like keeping things at for now. If you have anything you'd like to see, let me see if this button works. I bet this button does not work. It doesn't. Why is that button not working? Let's see if this does what I think it should do, which is it should actually mirror. Of course, since I said it should, it won't. Why is that not working? It's on. It's right there. Shows right there. Go to properties. Yeah. I don't know why that's not working. It should be on. Let's turn it off. Turn it on. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's not working because all this other stuff's on top. If I grab it and bring it... Oh, wait. Is that the right one? Oh, no, I have 2 of them, I think. Let's turn this one off. Turn this one on. No, it's on. It's off. It's on. Let's grab that one because it's closer. Let's take this and put it on top. There we go. It's layered, so whatever's on top, if I move this down here somewhere, it's going to go away. But I thought I had that set up. Oh, well. Gonna end the show and simply do this by hitting stop stream right here, and it stops the stream. And then I have to go into YouTube Studio and stop the stream so I get the analytics, statistics, whatever you want to call it. I finally have this set the way that I like it, and it pretty much stays the same now. I agree with Sam. I think it was a bug, and I think maybe it got itself worked out. If you have anything else you would like to see in Davinci, drop me an email at kstoutzoom, which is Z00M at gmail.com. And I would love to tackle any project. May not be successful at it, but I'll give it the old college try. Brian, hey Brian, I don't have protective armor. I kind of hurt. Okay, wait a minute. What did I miss? Anyone still run? That's pretty good. All right, guys. I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock for the Ken Stout Live. Remember, mark your calendars now. December 24th, 2024. 2023, going into 2024. I think that was what they call as a Freudian Friday. Well, whatever. Goodbye.